Today's guest is living proof that it's never too late to pivot and follow your passion, even if that means leaving a high-flying corporate career to chase ice cream. Edmund started his career in finance as an investment banker, but in 2013, he took a bold leap of faith with his wife to co-found Inside Scoop, a homegrown artisanal ice cream brand built around Malaysian flavors and world-class quality. From the first outlet in Bangsar to over 60 outlets nationwide, Inside Scoop is not just a dessert brand, it's a case study in local innovation, resilience through tough times like the pandemic, and building a business with heart. Now, what I love about Edmund's story is that it shows that greatness isn't just about medals or margins. It's about daring to do things differently and staying authentic every step of the way. Hey, Edmund, welcome to the Olympian Mindset. Thanks for coming and spending time with us.
Anytime, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you come from a investment banking background.
Yep.
Can you give us the inside scoop on what led you to walk away from that and start this artisanal ice cream?
Okay. So Inside Scoop was started because at that point in time, we sort of had a quarter life crisis. When I first started my investment banking journey, I always knew I wanted to do something on my own. And at the ripe old age of 28 or 29, we were looking for something to do. And it was either going to be in tech or going to be in food and beverage, two things that I feel quite passionate about. I remember then, me and my then partner, Derek, we were having a conversation downstairs and he was talking about ice cream and two of us just clicked. And from then on, we started the Inside Scoop together.
Oh, okay.
That's the real story. That's the real story.
You're here for
That's
the real
story. But the marketing story that sometimes we spin is
Yeah.
that Shuli, which is my now wife, really likes ice cream.
Yeah.
And I promised to build her an ice cream empire. But halfway through that, we swapped stories and I got her to work for it. That's
a good.
That's the good
official.
marketing spin.
No, that is a good marketing spin.
But no,
Yeah.
we knew very early on, like in my professional career, that I was going to do something on my own.
Okay.
So I started very early planning, like making good financial decisions,
Right.
setting money aside, so that
you have
when
the capital
when the opportunity arises to do something, we were able to do it on our own.
Without leveraging right off the bat.
Yeah, so that time
Like
there
most
was
people do.
at that point in time it's not like today, right? It's not easy to raise capital. It's not easy to, it's a lot of just you start your business from scratch and then you build from there, right? It's not like today where you can go out and anybody with a pitch deck can go and raise like 500 grand on a basis. It's not that sexy at that point in time.
Yeah.
So it was very much like brick and mortar. You start up something and then you take it step by step. So we always wanted to be in a good position to start something on our own.
Okay. Well, how much did you need to start, or how much did you start off with?
So we started very organically and we were very lucky because we worked in different countries over the years. So I started my career in Singapore.
Right.
Then I went to the US, then I went to Singapore,
Okay.
then only I came back to Malaysia. So we were in a fairly good position financially, although it was most of our net worth within the company, but it wasn't everything. So it was most of it. So we started.
So you took a lot of risks.
We took a lot of risks. So the financial bits was the financial bits. I think it was like 600 or 800 grand. I can't remember what that is now to start our very first shop.
All right.
But then more importantly, the larger cost was actually our opportunity cost.
Okay.
Because Derek and I and Shuli, three of us left fairly high paying jobs in Singapore. Like Derek and I are both investment bankers and Shuli is an actuary / product manager in an insurance company. So three of us left fairly high paying
That's
jobs.
a lot. Combined, it'd be
Combined,
a lot.
yeah. So
It'd be a
the
lot.
opportunity cost was the one that was very worrying for us because
well over 7 figures, you guys. Opportunity
I
cost,
mean,
right?
the opportunity cost is very high, and then the issue was it was a ticking time bomb because over a year you can go back to the industry, no problem.
Yeah.
But when you start leaving the industry for 3 years, for example,
That's tough.
nobody will hire you after that.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that was
Okay.
one of the key pressures that we were faced
so
with
there
at
was-
that juncture.
there was a point of no return.
There was a point of no return.
And what was that? Where
For
was
me,
that at?
for me personally, I mean, for
for
me and
you.
Shuli, I mean, for all three of us, it was about 3 years after we started the business.
Okay.
So the pressure was on us to make sure that we performed at an inflection point, that it
Yeah.
continues to grow, or we have to make a decision like who goes back to work,
Okay.
who goes back to work, and who does
Back
what, right?
up.
But
Right.
at
Plan
least
B.
things worked out well for us, so we didn't have to exercise that option.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It more than worked out well for
Yeah.
you. I mean, from what I know, right? But we'll dig deeper, of
Okay,
course.
okay.
Okay. So Okay, that leads to my second question. What would you say to someone that feels that it's too late to change their path?
Well, it's never too late to change your path, right? The question that I always ask is that, are the life circumstances that you have today, is it accommodative to change or not? So, for example, you want to change your path, you can, but do you have baggage in your life today that doesn't allow you to change your path? For example, if you have a lot of financial commitments,
Right.
like in our scenario,
Like we do. We have kids.
we have kids
young
and everything else, we may not be able to change our path if I was still in investment banking and I had a certain lifestyle that I need to maintain. So, like, for example, when I was drawing a salary at that juncture, I had housing loans to pay, I had investment properties, I had cars, or I was an over-leveraged person. Obviously, I won't be in a position to change that path, right? But for me at that juncture, it was planned quite far ahead, in the sense that we were quite prudent with money early on in our career.
Right.
I still am a cheap person. I'm not cheap, but I'm still quite frugal.
Frugal.
I mean, you know me by now, right?
I know you. For the audience out there, we cycled together
for the longest
for
time,
many years,
and I'm still riding the same bike.
You're still riding the Colnago, the old Colnago beat up. But no, you finally upgraded.
No, it's because the bike was just not rideable anymore.
Okay,
it was just not rideable anymore, right? It was too small for me. I outgrew it.
Okay.
Like, the technology has changed so much.
I'm cheaper than you. I just had my bike repainted.
Yeah, so
I had to shell up 30-40 grand for a new road bike. That's how much it costs people. Repainting and new drivetrain, 2.5K ringgit.
Yeah. So I'm quite frugal still. Yeah. So I think it just put us in a position where we were able to change our path, right? Or not change our path, try something new totally.
Right.
Take a new trajectory altogether. So the only thing that the only real advice that I would give is that if it's something that you want to do, make sure that your entire ecosystem is position you to do so, and with some level of longevity. Because if you change your path and there's no longevity, you get backed up to the corner very quickly.
Well, I have moments now. I just, out of transparency, I'm in that process, and I have been since I retired from cycling.
Yep.
It's been 10 years since I retired, and it's taken me 10 years to find my calling again.
Yep.
And this is part of my calling.
Yes.
Just newly launched. Again, thank you for being our third ever guest. You're my third ever guest on this Olympian Mindset podcast. But yeah, I sometimes feel like I painted myself in the corner. But luckily, also I was prudent when I was earning well in cycling. And I saved up and
Yes.
But yeah, I have a burn rate, right?
Yes.
So
exactly, right?
I am about the point of no return.
Yes.
Because I'm a specialist. I was a specialist as a performance coach in a certain sport that's very niche.
Yeah.
So my job options are maybe half a dozen worldwide.
Yes.
So I have to pick up my whole family and move.
Yeah.
Just for a barely 6-figure job.
Yes.
USD.
Yes.
Comfy living, but you never get ahead in life.
Okay.
So yeah, I kind of feel like see where you were, and I'm like, okay, I'm there now, man.
Okay.
So take your
and how are you coping with that?
I have belief in the teams that I built and my vision. So that's all. I believe in it, and I don't what if. So I mean, naturally, you want what if the worst case, right? So I just think about the best case or mid case, kind of the base case and best case.
Right.
So I'm designed not to be like glass half empty. And if something happens, I have, I'm an investor, so there's always that margin that we can pull out, and I have tapped into that at times.
Yep.
After that, I've got my beloved Porsche 911 that I'm willing to put up.
Yep.
I'm willing to put up on what do you call for a loan.
Yep.
Should I need to.
Okay.
So I mean, there's a lot of people that are worse off than me.
Yep.
So, but I'm taking big risks, but I believe in the future, and I believe in where I'm going.
That's quite interesting. I mean, I've always admired how positive you are. I mean, every time you write, you talk about these amazing things that happen, right? And arguably, I'm quite a glass half empty kind of person.
Oh, yeah.
So like for you, every time I say, this is awesome, this is amazing, it's quite interesting, because from my perspective, looking at you, for someone that has stood at nearly the top of the world, if not the top of the world, when you were competing, right?
Yeah.
Sure, it's not the top step,
Yeah.
but you were at that juncture at that point in time.
Yeah.
I always wondered how difficult it is to be ordinary after that.
It's very difficult to restart again and start from the ground up and build up.
Right.
I mean, that's why, I mean, it's pretty well known that athletes, the transition is the hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
Harder than climbing up to the top. And I recently put out a reel, Instagram reel, content talking about that. And that went viral and had many athletes from all different walks of life, different countries, different sports, saying that resonated with me. Thank you for putting that out there.
Okay.
So I know there's a big pain point, and I'm addressing that with e-course or whatnot.
Yes.
And it's all part of something that I'm building, right?
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's not just athletes. To restart, like my brother pivoted mid-30s from scientist to medical doctor.
Right.
At mid-30s, restarted. That means pulled out $500,000 in loans to get his medical degree that he wasn't guaranteed to pass, and he wasn't guaranteed to be a doctor.
Right.
Because he had to get residency.
Okay.
And there's a supply-demand oversupply.
Yes.
And it took him like 2 years to get a residency, and he had to go to a crap place to get. So, anyone, especially midlife or even quarter life, but even midlife and later,
yes,
it's a huge challenge.
Yeah.
So do what you did and then pull it off successfully. I know you're still going through the journey, but most people will argue that you're successful. You've made it. You made the pass where you're not going to be homeless. You're not going to like foreclose on your blah, 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 right?
Okay.
Etc.
Okay.
Comfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's amazing. And looking back, do you see the catalyst that in your journey, in your entrepreneurial journey, what was the biggest catalyst that made you like go from like struggling, at least mentally, to like, okay, we've made it. We've got a way to go.
I'm still struggling mentally on that. Oh, the insecurity is always there, right?
Yeah,
the insecurity is always there.
But I think that
insecurity is always
keeps
there.
you safe.
Yeah.
The insecurity makes you like
The
keep on
paranoid,
tippy toe.
like only the paranoid survive, right?
Yeah.
Like I really like that
I
book.
like that quote. Only the paranoid
It's not by me,
survive.
by the way. It's written. There's this book by the
Yeah.
Intel, one of the Intel co-founders.
Right.
Only the paranoid survive. So for us, even today, we are paranoid all the time.
Yeah.
At Inside Scope, we're paranoid all the time.
Okay.
Like we're paranoid about everything. We're paranoid
All
about our
right.
stores. This morning,
Yeah.
there was a skit about service in our crew, and the guy was just doing a skit about ice cream shops in general,
Yeah.
about how service is like, not about us, but
Yeah.
all of us were all over it. Like,
Yeah.
just say, is it us? Could it have been us? Like, the video didn't look that great. Like, could it have been us? And we wanted to make sure that we use it as a learning lesson for both us as senior managers and our crew as well, even if it's not us. So for us, we're always paranoid. We're
That's
always
interesting. You learn from another skit.
we're always scouring for learning points, pain
Yeah.
points, lessons. So like we're always paranoid.
What are your 3 biggest pain points?
Three
Right?
biggest
Okay, anyone that's starting an ice cream brand,
people, as usual, as with anything
HR,
else,
right?
as with
Okay.
anything, people,
Okay.
People.
Okay. Outside of people, what's the second biggest pain point?
nothing else, people.
Really, it's always
Yeah.
comes back to
comes down to
people.
people.
HR.
It's,
Management,
when I say people, I don't mean
Yeah.
HR as in like
Yeah.
human resource, right?
Right.
I just mean people, because people deliver the results at the end.
Right.
Right. We are reliant on people. We're 100% people
It's
based.
so complex.
And everybody that joins us sets out to do a good job.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay.
Nobody goes to work on the first day and says they want to do a shit job. right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Dude.
Okay. Well, there's some
do a
people
bad job, right?
that they're just built in the crews.
No, they build into crews, which is
Right.
fine. As long
Right.
as you recognize that you are building into crews,
Right.
then I'm okay with that. But
Okay.
don't be a cruiser,
Yeah.
but decide that you are an A player.
Okay.
So if you're a cruiser, expecting a cruiser kind of treatment,
Yeah.
by all means, please.
Right.
But the disconnect is that when you're a cruiser and you believe that you're an A grade player,
Yeah.
that's when the disconnect happens. And that's
Okay.
when the difficulty sets in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, for me, like any organizations, there's always an A player, B player, C
Yeah,
player,
that's
cruiser.
true, yeah.
So you need everyone, right? You need everyone from all walks of life that allows you to do
That's
so.
an
right?
interesting insight. I reckon if I had to self-reflect, or if I had to ask ChatGPT to evaluate, I've been all of the above. It depends on what it is. I've been an A player, B player, C player.
Exactly, right?
Right?
And it could be that circumstance, that point in time,
Yeah.
that slice in time,
Yeah.
for what you need to deliver, what
Right.
you need to deliver, or what you feel you can deliver at that point in time. It could be at that point in time, my mental state is not right.
Yeah.
I just need to sit this out and
Yeah.
just see what happens after that. It could very well just be that. So we try not to be too judgmental about in the past, my approach in the past, especially when we first started, right?
Yeah.
We all assume that everybody wants to be an A grade player. We all assume that. And it's great.
Yeah.
And it's a great assumption. But some
Yeah.
people are just not there yet at that point in time.
Yeah.
Just need different time. And it could be they're just there and then they just need a bit of time before they progress to a different level. Or they may be an A grade player and they just need to be a B grade player for a while. It's not a big issue. It's
Right.
just recognizing that mindset at that point in time.
So when you were a investment banker, now reflecting, were you an A, B, or C player?
I would say I would always be hovering around. I try my best, so it's an A.
Yeah.
My like from a how hard I try standpoint, I was
Right.
always an A.
Okay.
But the results that I generated was close to a B minus.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
one of those things where I feel at
Yeah.
that point in time.
Not your calling or whatnot. Right?
Yeah, I was always a decent execution banker,
Right.
but I was never a stellar investment banker.
What kept you from being stellar?
First of all, as you know, I don't like the PR stuff that well. I'm not very good at it. I need to
yeah,
try
yeah,
very hard. I
yeah,
need to try
yeah,
very hard.
yeah.
The relationship building part, I'm not that good at.
Right.
There are a few.
Yeah,
there are a few
relationships big on.
So
on that
I'm
too.
good at building relationships like
Yeah.
interpersonal. I'm not good at
Okay.
like building corporate relationships.
Oh, yeah.
I
You're
I-
real. You can't be.
I struggle. I
Fake.
struggle.
Yeah,
I struggle with that a bit.
Fake
And it's
nice.
just no
Yeah.
no fake nice,
fake
right?
nice,
I just struggle with that generally, like
Right.
from a people standpoint,
Yeah.
as an individual. So
Yeah.
that's that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And now, okay, when did you become in your journey? Did you believe you became an A player in the ice cream world?
I feel that
Because now you would admit
even with the benefit of hindsight, I've always
Right.
tried my hardest
Okay.
on everything that I do.
Yeah.
Regardless, like for example, cycling. Even today, I still
Yeah,
put
I
up-
know. I've ridden with
Even
you.
though I'm so unfit,
You're-
I still put
You're
up.
out. You're full gas. I know.
I'm still full gas every single
Yeah.
ride, right? I get,
Yeah, I see that.
I get killed, but I'm happy to get killed. So
Yeah.
everything that I do, I generally go all out.
Yeah.
And that's just that, right? I go
Yeah.
all out on everything that I do, and the results will come.
Right.
So
right.
I just leave things at that. I just
Okay.
try my hardest, and
Yeah.
I go back, iterate, try again. Go back, iterate, try again.
Now, do you have So, I mean, we're all human, agreed. So basically, we can only execute at that level for a certain amount of time before we need a little bit of downtime.
Yes.
What's your downtime? I know we got cycling.
Yes.
We've got cycling. We've got free diving, scuba
Yes.
diving.
Yes.
We got your kids.
Yes.
Or does that
I
do you count that? Does
Yeah,
that,
I do.
that-
I do.
that-
I
yeah.
I
young
don't like to
kids.
fill my calendar up.
Yeah.
I like a free-ish calendar where
You can have blank space.
in a given day I would take a very limited number of meetings. I would take
Okay.
a very limited number of engagements.
And what's that?
I would just take 2 or 3
Give-
engagements.
okay.
Then the rest of my day, I like to be in the office. I like to
Yeah.
do my own stuff.
Yeah.
Like when I say do my own stuff, I like to
Yeah.
focus on the things that I do very well.
Right.
So I don't like a very packed calendar.
Yeah. Okay.
And that to me is my luxury.
I'm getting there as I get older.
yes.
I say quality,
yes.
and then I outsource a lot if I can.
yes.
Like like in my 20s or 30s, I would be, if I did the same thing as today, I would be trying to do like the editing. Now I also outsource that
Yep.
to Philippines, and it's just that the pain point of onboarding that team or person. That's just the painful part. But after a while, it's all
Hopefully-
good.
hopefully it's-
You
Hopefully
multiply.
it's a net positive.
Yeah, well, that's true. It is, right? As you know, because,
Yeah.
how many now on your team? Oh, boy.
Full-time staff, we have 200. 200
Wow,
plus.
that's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. Full-time staff, we have 200
That's
plus.
incredible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
So, but
It's
but
a real organization.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
it's large. It's a large organization.
large.
It's a large. I mean, a lot of service crew.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite a big team.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mostly a lot of service. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of service crew, a lot of production crew.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How about marketing team?
Marketing is quite big as well. Marketing and operations is
Yeah.
the large team. Marketing, we have 8 to 10
That's
marketeers.
pretty big
10
marketing team.
marketeers, yeah. 10
Oh, okay.
marketeers, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So okay, so back to like the kind of the recovery, because I think most people at a high level, the weakness is they underestimate what it takes to recover,
Yep.
so that they can perform at a high level again,
Yep.
right? So athletes the top ones are really good at
Recovery.
balancing. No, the top athletes are the best at recovery. Not the hardest
At training.
not training the hardest.
That's right.
You know, at the world class level, everyone trains so close to hard.
That's right.
The best guys are the ones that pay attention.
Recover the best.
They recover the best.
That's right. Because they can go in and fight again.
Whether it's a given, whether it's naturally happening, or whether they learn or they structured it, or whether they do it push the boundaries. We all know, right? Lance Armstrong, right? So I'm
Which I
interested.
love, by the way.
Yeah. Well, now Tour de France starting soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you a fan of?
Yeah, I'm going with the crowd.
Pogi? Yeah. Pogacar's
Yeah.
you know, he makes it boring, but at the same time, it's so interesting watching him dominate
Yes.
in everything.
Yes.
Right? We all love the winner, right?
Yeah.
But we love a winner when they're humble outside of
Yes.
that, right? And
Yeah.
he's so humble and soft,
Relatable.
and he's just chill. It's just like a buddy. If he was sitting right now, we'd be at ease.
Yeah.
You know,
Hopefully.
whereas if it's Eddie Merckx, I tell you what, I've met Eddie Merckx in real life, and Eddie Merckx is he's kind of the GOAT of all time in
Right.
cycling. I've met with him. He's like a presence, and you're kind of like,
Okay.
he makes you nervous.
Okay.
Right. So most people wouldn't like that as much.
Okay.
So you're more towards Pogi. You know,
Thank you.
you know, I see like, oh, Edmund, let's go for a ride. It's cool. Let's go
Yeah.
chill and
Yeah.
whatnot. Right.
Okay.
So I see that as a very important trait in a leader.
Okay.
When your team or anyone you do business with can relate to you, so actually maybe you're better than you give yourself credit about that.
I'm pretty
right?
sure. I hope it is.
I want to go to free diving because I think that's I had a chance to work with a friend of yours, right, for World Championships.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting sport because it's one of the few sports that you have to really jaga. Like you're pushing the limits knowing that you could black out or knowing that something bad can happen.
Right.
What attracts you to free diving mentally?
Well, I mean, I only started free diving a year ago. So
Okay,
Not
new.
Fairly new.
Yeah.
As with all sports,
Yeah.
it's a function of how much time you spend on it.
Mm.
Right? So what I like about free diving is that moment between like pushing the limits, being in pain because you only taking one breath in, and this small period of time where you feel like you're floating in the water because you don't have enough.
It's like
oxygen.
a natural high.
It's like a natural high.
Wow.
So that's the part about free diving that I enjoy the most.
So you live for that moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
have you ever blacked out?
I have not blacked out, touch wood, but
Come
I have
close?
come close to it.
Really?
Like loss of motor control. Like you can't control your body.
And then how?
Nothing. You just breathe and you get it back.
I mean, you just go. Yeah.
No,
obviously,
you come up the water
Come up
and
yeah.
then it's fine. That's why you never free dive alone. You always
Alone.
free dive with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do it in a pool, right?
I only do it in the
Right.
pool.
Well, do you ever want to do it in the open water?
I don't think so. I think
Yeah,
if I
scary,
want to go
right?
outside in an open water, I want a nice scuba holiday. As
Yeah,
opposed to
exactly.
As
Right? You
opposed to
wanna
pushing the
enjoy
limits.
it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you're a person that wants to push the limits in pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything that I do.
What's the limit with Inside Scoop? What's your limit?
I think there's no limit to what we do. So we are quite blessed.
Yeah.
We started exactly 11 years ago. We started in December 2023.
Yeah.
And we set out to be
Wow.
one of the top artisanal players in Malaysia or
Okay.
premium ice cream
So
players.
that was from the get-go, that was the goal.
we wanted to be among the top 3.
Top 3. Okay.
Basically Haagen-Dazs, Baskin-Robbins.
Baskin,
But basically, when you think of premium ice cream, you think of Haagen-Dazs, you think of Baskin-Robbins, you think of us, and we're happy with that outcome.
Shop front.
Yeah, so
right?
like scoop shop, premium scoop shop.
Premium
So-
scoop. Okay.
So we set out to do that.
Yeah.
Our larger goal now is to try and make sure that ice cream is enjoyed by all Malaysians. Like the inside scoop ice cream or
Right.
the farm fresh ice cream, like
Yeah.
which is what we are part of now, is
Yeah.
enjoyed by all Malaysians. And that's just it.
Okay.
The goal is very simple.
Yeah.
Basically,
Democratize premium ice cream.
when you want an ice cream, like
Yeah.
there is the premium ice cream, which is inside scoop.
Yeah.
There is also farm fresh ice cream, which is
Right.
more affordable on day by day basis.
Right.
So we just want to be like one of the top ice cream players in Malaysia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. In Malaysia.
In Malaysia.
Okay.
I'm not that big picture, and then the rest will come, right?
Is there any of that you want?
I think there's some inkling,
Inkling?
to expand regionally and to try the regional markets.
But you're testing. I'm sure
We're
you're
testing.
tested
We're
about
testing
Singapore
some. We
and
tested
neighbors.
Singapore
Right.
for inside scoop. Didn't
Yeah.
really work out
Didn't-
for us.
The numbers didn't add up.
The numbers didn't add up. So for packaged ice cream or
Right,
consumer
packaged.
packaged goods,
Yeah.
we will try the other markets as
Yeah.
well when the opportunity arises, right? But
Okay.
again,
So
quite
now
far down
Malaysia
the road.
first.
Our-
Okay.
Our focus is very immediate,
Yeah.
which is just Malaysia first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I want to dive into that because a lot of people read that you exited.
Yes,
That you
and
could put your legs up all
exactly.
day.
I'm not doing anything.
So
and
big,
I'm
but
just-
that's what it was reported. You exited. Farm Fresh bought you out at some insane sum amount of money, more than I could ever count. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, sweet. Let's call Edmund up and go on a cycling holiday or
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, yeah.
But then I got to talk to you, and then that wasn't the case, was it?
So that wasn't the case. I think everybody read what they wanted to read, right?
course.
Like it was a very romantic story.
It was.
Couple started the business, bought over by a large
Yeah,
conglomerate, yada yada yada.
yeah.
The long
What
story.
did they say the valuation was? Was it 80
it was
million
close
or
to
something?
it was close to 100.
100,
It was,
yeah.
It was close to 100.
Close to 100 mil.
But the
Wow.
reality is that most of the money went into the company.
Yeah,
So we raised a large portion of it went into the company as new money
right.
to fund our packaged goods business.
Okay.
And my other investors who have been with me for a long time, Derek, for example,
Right.
Needed an exit.
Oh, okay.
Needed
So
an
it's
exit.
just to,
A lot of it was to cash them
to
out.
cash them out.
To cash them out. And
Okay.
I yes, I took some money off the table, but
Yeah.
a lot of my portion was
Yeah.
actually rolled over,
Right.
and as new money.
Majority?
Majority was
Right.
rolled over. And raised as new money to
Right.
make sure that the next phase of Inside Scoop, or where we see Inside Scoop is going, needs to be,
Yeah.
is well funded. Because I also believe that if you want to take on the world, you must make sure that you have the right tools.
Right.
And in order to get the right tools, you must have the right funding.
Mhm.
So that's why we raised quite a substantial amount of money, because I don't want to fight. I mean, I don't want to fight with my arms tied behind my back, right?
Yeah,
I
no,
prefer
it's-
to have the right resources behind.
Absolutely.
Behind this.
You want to go into a war with all the appropriate ammunition.
I want to go to a knife fight with a gun, as opposed to go into a gunfight with a knife.
Yes,
You know what I-
absolutely. But I mean,
Yeah.
you're going against FMCG. You've got the Nestle's and whatnot, right?
Yeah, I
Cadbury's
mean,
or
not just
whatnot.
that, right? Like so many large ice cream players in the world.
Right.
Whether it's
You're battling the
European
global
guys,
giants.
whether it's the European guys, the American
Yeah.
guys,
But
the
you're on
Chinese
home
guys.
turf. They're on your turf.
No, I think we have to be humble and make,
Yeah.
it's a difficult
Yeah.
it's a difficult battle to go into. It's a
Yeah.
difficult battle to go into, and the market is big enough for everyone. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that we're funded well enough to
Yeah.
take on that responsibility.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, talk me through your advantage that you had over those global players, and so your USP, so to say,
Yeah.
so to speak. I mean, from the outside point of view, I think local flavor,
Yeah.
durian, and whatever else.
Yes.
Got a lot of that, right?
Yes.
Teh tarik or whatever it is. How much of that had an impact?
I think for Inside Scoop, the local flavors definitely help.
Mm.
So durian is one of our top 5 flavors.
It's top 5, okay.
It's top 5 flavors for sure.
Yeah.
Teh tarik is also top 10.
Right.
So the local flavors for Inside Scoop help.
Yeah.
But for packaged ice cream, at the end of the day, chocolate and vanilla still sells.
I was pretty much
It's
just
still pretty much
your chocolate and vanilla.
It's still pretty much chocolate
Oh, that's
and vanilla.
interesting.
But what we like to
Right.
bring to the table for that segment of products, which is the one that you had just now,
Yeah.
is value for money.
Okay.
Value for centric. More value for money. Not
Right.
cheap.
Right.
Value for money.
Value.
Value for money
Yeah.
product, right?
Yeah.
Value for money
Because
product.
we're very conscious. Malaysians are very value conscious.
I think globally, everyone's going to move to a more value-centric mindset.
Yeah.
But it's still good quality at that
Yeah.
value, at that
Yeah.
price point. So
Yeah.
do you know how much that that stick that we charge?
I don't know.
It's in the market now. How
Okay.
much would you pay for it?
The stick. Oh man, I don't even buy the stick ice cream. I buy the.
Magnum is
Yeah.
$470, I think.
Oh, okay.
Magnum
Magnum
is
470. I don't know. We'd be 380.
Yeah, so we're at $2.90.
Oh wow.
For that particular cream house product.
That's really
So we're
good.
bringing high quality product.
Okay.
At a
Quite
at a
quite
good
a
value,
big
at a good value
big
to
advantage
customers.
for
Yeah.
the value
Yes.
value
Yes.
offer. Oh, that's interesting. And that's like for like, right? I mean, like same weight, same amount of ice cream.
Pretty much the same weight. We are a bit lighter, a couple of grams lighter,
Okay.
but very marginal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're talking about even like, I mean, the focus of it's like when you watch me eat the ice cream and you say, oh no, maybe it's too because the big chunks flaked off and fall on the ground, and you're always starting to think. I can see you thinking like, how do we make that less crispy or less crunchy and whatnot? Like it's that level of thought process, right?
Yeah, so for me, Shuli, and the rest of my our
Yeah.
senior team,
Yeah.
we generally do it that way.
Yeah.
Like
Very interesting.
when there's a problem,
Yeah.
don't just wait for don't just wait for Edmund and Shuli to solve it. Like
Right.
my team, the rest of my team are very good at taking on those challenges on their own.
Okay.
And
You
we
give
hopefully-
everyone free reign too.
Yeah, hopefully we
right?
empowered them, and
Yeah,
of course
empower.
not always aligned, but
Right.
they generally just take it on themselves.
Yeah.
Like to
Okay.
to raise those things. Like this morning, the issue that I mentioned to you when we
Yeah.
saw the video about a guy doing a spoof on an artisanal,
Yeah.
his experience in an artisanal ice cream shop.
Yeah.
And when I reached out to him and he said, no, it's not inside scoop, I was just doing a general spoof,
Yeah.
like on service and service expectations. It was just a skit, right? Before I did it, I was told that 2 of my guys reached out already anyway.
Oh wow! So, that would have made you feel like,
and then some of the comments were
Yeah.
not so great, and it involved us. Like
okay,
we're not perfect, right? We
Right.
got 63 stores. There's
Right.
bound to be slip ups,
right?
but they've already thought of a strategy to go and reach out to the people that had a bad experience.
Yeah.
And my operations team already said that, oh, let me look into it, like from a training standpoint.
Customer satisfaction.
So
number one.
So
Yeah.
I'm quite happy with. I'm
That's
generally
very
quite
good.
happy with that.
They get a bonus.
I'm sure they do. but we like to
Right.
think that that empowerment is important.
No, that's good. Yeah, empowerment's good, especially for retention of talent.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, as leader, how's that been in the Malaysian market? Because that's
Yeah.
always as you grow to 200
Yeah.
or whatever, in that's always going to be an issue, right?
Yeah.
Retention.
I agree with you. Retention is always hard. But it's a matter
Yeah.
of making sure people are well taken care of.
Yeah.
People have the right responsibility, like everything that you already know about people.
Yeah,
management.
of course. Yeah. Well, I don't know too much about people management. I'm learning slowly, but yeah, we be guru status on that by now, right?
No, we're still learning as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. All right. Okay. Now I want to dive into challenges, especially during recent one pandemic resilience. Was there like burnout? Did it hit you during that side? What kind of mindset shift helped you recover if you hit a burnout during that?
Definitely from a mental and psychological standpoint, there were periods where there was down.
Yeah.
There were quite a few downs.
Yeah.
Not just for me, but for a lot of my team members as well.
Really? Okay.
A lot of my team members as well. It was quite difficult, right? Like
Yeah.
there was a lot of pressure and all that stuff.
You had to open, shut.
We have to open, shut,
Don't know.
open, shut, uncertainty about production, uncertainty about retail, uncertainty about sales, whether we can pay salary, we can't pay salary, yada, yada, yada.
Ah,
But collectively as a team,
yeah.
we're quite happy with how things turned out because
Yeah.
even before the pandemic hit, for example, we were one of the few ice cream guys on Grab food delivery. We were one of the few. So we were
Okay.
on it even before COVID hit, right?
Yeah.
So were we lucky? Yes, but
Yeah.
we were also open to a lot of new ideas even before it was needed. Even today,
You made your luck.
so
Yeah.
we put ourselves, or we try and put ourselves in a position generally
Right.
to be able to capitalize on opportunities, challenges in future.
For every challenge, there is an opportunity.
So
Every
we
closed
try-
door, there's an open door.
We try and do that as
That's
much
the
as
mentality,
we,
right?
we try and do that as much
Okay.
as we can, and we accept that not all challenges are opportunities, but we
Yeah.
just
Or you can try.
We just continue trying.
If you don't try, you will never get to discover
Yes.
what is and what
Yes.
isn't, right?
Yes. So for Inside Scoop, the culture of innovation, the culture of trying, trying something and trying not just something, trying a lot of things and see what sticks is quite critical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
But also tiring.
So how did you steer? Yeah, you're tiring. How did you steer Inside Scoop through COVID disruptions? So what was your play?
Just get out of bed and go and
Just
get out
do
of
it.
bed. Just rock up every single day and see what needs to be fixed and go and get it sorted, right?
But did you find that you had to play like psychologist to some of your team as well, or no?
I think even today we still have to have a lot of conversations with the team,
Right.
With senior team, with the junior team, and just recognize that the world today is a hard place,
Yeah.
right? Everybody has their own challenges. Just because their challenges sounds trivial to you doesn't mean it's less painful to them.
Yeah.
So we recognize that, and just as the saying goes in a commercial kitchen job, you put on your whites and you go back into work. You go back into the kitchen the next day.
Yeah, that's true. You
put
do
on your
go
watts and you
keep on going, right?
you just keep going.
All right. Well, I have a more technical one.
Technical question.
Well, not technical. Okay. Well, more specific to Inside Scoop.
Okay.
How did you identify the flavor gap in Malaysia, and why focus on local taste? Kind of technical.
Yeah, it's not that technical. I mean, at the end of the day, before we came along the market, we were largely eating an imported product or imported products or imported taste buds, right?
Yeah.
And we just felt that there was an opportunity for us to address a growing need of like people that wanted the taste to be slightly different.
Localized.
A bit lighter, a bit less sweet. The flavors are stronger, and that's where we came in. And that was just it. It was just, as with any business, it was just solving a customer need or a customer want.
Yeah.
And from there on, we just moved on and opened more and more outlets on the basis of that philosophy.
Okay. So talk me through that process of like testing flavors. What you're gonna decide to scale. So who is the one that decides, or what's the process?
The customer is the one that decides.
So you'll just test it
every Monday or most Mondays in our office. There's a lot of tastings.
Okay.
There's a lot of tastings.
I'm
on Monday.
coming to your place on Mondays.
Yeah.
Then.
You can come on Mondays. There's a lot of tastings
Nice.
on Mondays.
Nice.
And our philosophy is to put things out.
Okay.
And if it works, let's go on with it.
All
if
right.
it doesn't work, let's pull it back.
Okay.
So we accept a lot of failure with the products.
What's your biggest failure with the flavor?
Oh, we didn't have a lot of failures.
Okay.
There's no failure, right?
You just
I mean,
gotta
what's the
just
worst
test,
what's the worst that can happen? You
Right.
stop it, right?
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? We stop it.
What's
But-
the worst terrible tasting flavor?
so to me, it's still a very good flavor, but probably the worst feedback that I've got.
Yeah.
And I hope that, I don't know if the person is listening to this podcast, someone actually took a picture of a flavor that we quite like,
Yeah.
and he ate or she ate a mouthful,
Yeah.
threw it in the bin, took a picture of it and sent it to us and say worst flavor ever.
Okay.
That was probably a low point lah.
Oh, really?
That was probably a low point.
What was it?
And I still think it's a great flavor today.
Yeah.
I still stand by it.
Ah.
I still stand by it, right? It's a white truffle chocolate with sea salt.
Hey, that sounds good.
It's really good, right?
Sounds
but probably
really
we were
good.
ahead of our time. This was like 10 years ago. This was literally 10
truffle
years.
with sea salt. That
White
sound
truffle
like,
chocolate.
Like a Swiss brand would.
Yeah.
Right?
So today,
that's
probably
weird.
contextual, right? Today is
maybe
very
I have to
acceptable.
retry it.
Yeah, today is very contextual. Everybody likes truffle. Everybody likes sea salt, right? But 10 years
Okay.
ago, we were a bit ahead of the market.
That's
But
interesting.
but the person actually took the effort, take a picture, and like send it to us via Facebook and like
A
worst
friendly
flavor.
Oh no, it's someone you didn't know.
Like someone I didn't know. Like
Oh,
worst
okay.
flavor ever. How could you guys do this?
but you kind of. I'm sure you get a lot of those, right?
Yeah, we do.
Right.
But this one was particularly tough.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Usually there's a defining aha moment that changed everything. Does one stick out right away?
A defining moment.
The
that
aha moment, and then just
I think the recent one was definitely signing a deal with Farm Fresh.
Yeah.
That was quite a big defining moment for us.
yeah,
Then before that was probably opening our first shopping mall outlet.
yeah.
That was probably a difficult.
Okay.
That was probably a big leap.
Yeah.
Before that was probably making large investments in our central kitchen. So that was probably another big leap.
What was the biggest check?
there's no single biggest check.
Or single
I mean,
like
up to
biggest purchase or investment.
I mean, of course,
the
the biggest purchase is the recent machines that we
China,
bought
right?
from. No, we bought from Europe.
Oh, it's Europe.
A lot of our equipment is from Europe.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably our biggest check, right? But
Yeah.
but how to say? Just because it's the biggest at that point in time doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's the hardest decision, because
Oh,
you progressed a lot further, right? So
yeah.
you know a lot more. You have a lot more
Got data.
confidence. Yeah, you got a lot more confidence on your purchases.
You know
even though
you
it's
can
bigger.
ROI when,
Yes, correct.
about.
Compared to like from 0 to 1 when we first started, when 0 to 1,
It's
right?
like blind.
Yeah, when we
almost
first started,
blind.
the opportunity cost, it was all very big for us. Us walking away from
Yeah.
fairly well paying jobs, you know,
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
career, good career trajectory. So
Yeah. So once one gets started and it has a little bit of
Traction.
momentum,
Yes.
traction. Yes, it'll get hard, but not as hard as the first move is the hardest. The first big decision that
I would say that almost
pivot.
every move is hard.
right.
Almost every step forward is hard, right?
But
Almost-
the one to exit or to scale, wouldn't that have been like a kind of like a party moment? Like, hey, we've
for
made
me,
it
no.
big.
For
like,
me,
no?
every step is hard.
Okay.
Every step is hard. You just
Yeah.
have to
But
put it
what-
on and just.
But once you
just go.
signed that one, there was no like a celebration. Or
No,
like,
that's definitely a
okay,
celebration.
okay,
There
I
was
was gonna
definitely a
say.
celebration.
Yeah. What
but-
you do?
But we went to Hai Di Lao. We went to Hai Di Lao. I remember we went to the office. We went to
Yeah.
our first store in Bangsa.
Yeah.
We took a picture, which
Yeah.
we still have. I'll send it to you if you want to
Oh,
put it on
yeah.
your podcast.
Yeah, no, please do.
Three of
Okay.
us. We went to, and then we went to Hai Di Lao after that in Bangsa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was it. That was it, right?
That was it.
That was it. But
Okay.
what were we saying? Because we know what we know as we continue to progress.
Yeah.
Looking back, it's easy.
Right.
But at that point in time where we had to make that decision in a void, that was when it was hard.
Okay.
Like looking forward,
Right.
that was when it was hard.
Because you have a big stakeholder as well. That you're no, I mean, you're no longer majority stakeholder. Like, is that
Yeah,
right?
we're no
Right.
longer majority shareholders,
Shareholder,
but we have a board now. We have a
Okay.
board that we have to
So you
report
have to answer. You're
we have to,
answerable
and we are
to-
answerable. And before that, I
Right.
had a partner anyway, so nothing has really changed.
Oh, really? But one partner versus a board is a little bit different, no? To
Yes and
navigate?
no, right? Yes
Yeah?
and no, right?
Is
We still even with only one partner, we still like to make sure communication is good,
Right,
and we do the
right.
right thing when nobody is watching, right? That's by far the most.
Okay.
That's by far
So
the
fair
most.
enough. Yeah, you know what? So you're a really big picture, long-term strategic guy. Would you agree
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed with, even our my last guest with Dr. Sri Jala, same mindset.
Yeah.
Big picture, do what's right in the short term. Some people, the people that are less, have less of a big wins in life, they're more short term thinking. So the longer term, big picture thinker is the one that usually ends up at the very top step of the podium.
Right.
That's what I start to, success leaves clues. So I'm starting to pick that up
Okay.
as I go along. Very similar mindset. I mean,
Okay.
different industries,
Yeah.
right? I mean, he was
I mean, the core values are pretty
core
similar.
values
Right?
very similar. Like, I mean, pretty much I would have thought that you had the same parents teaching you all this, right? Because it's just so much, alignment with the mindset.
Okay.
I like that. Very much like that. What qualifies you to look for? What qualities do you look for when you're building your team?
Honesty.
Yeah.
Like what qualities do I look
Qualities.
for? I feel that technical competence is a given, right?
Yeah.
Then it's just down to more qualitative factors like what would this person do when no one is watching? Is this fundamentally a good person? Like, does he have
Right.
the right core values?
Right.
More of that than anything else.
Okay.
Because technical competency is technical competency.
Yeah.
So I do look
Yeah.
for a lot more of that. People-centricness is very
Okay.
important to me.
How they
Uh,
treat others, right?
How they treat others, especially the juniors. Don't
Right.
forget that we fortunately or unfortunately get to work with a lot of service staff, and unfortunately they are one of the lowest paying ones.
Yeah.
Right. So service staff is
Mm.
like not paid that great, right? Compared to like people that work in the office. So
Mm.
we generally must make sure that they're well taken care of.
Yeah.
So that's quite important. That's quite important to us. Like what does this person or what does this person do when they go into a situation with people that are less advantaged than them?
Right.
So that's quite important to me.
That normally it takes time to filter that out, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably can't be done in an interview session,
No.
right? Do you still do all the hires, even how?
I do. I only do senior hires.
Okay,
I only do
senior,
senior
okay.
hires, and the simple reason for that is my managers need to have teeth.
Right.
So
Right.
if I hire on their behalf,
Right.
the person that I've hired for them
Yeah.
doesn't report to them, reports to me.
Right.
So by definition, it's important for them to make their own hiring decisions. So
Alright.
I leave them to it.
Now, do you onboard any of these tools, personality, etc., blah blah blah, that the big the big
We
GLCs
don't. We
No,
would
okay.
love to if we can afford it. We
Awesome.
would love to.
Yeah.
There is some truth. There is like some truth to it.
Or else they wouldn't do it.
Or else they wouldn't do it.
Right.
But it's not the end all.
Yeah, of course.
It's not the end all. So
Yeah.
I would love some of it. We had
Yeah.
some training sessions like that for our internal crew. Actually, it's been a while since we've done that. I should do it again.
Really? Yeah, I'm happy to come in with Olympian Mindset for you guys.
Yeah. No, we have
Yeah.
one that is more personality orientation.
Okay.
So we put the right people in the right place, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes the personalities don't match the role.
Okay.
So that's one. But yeah, no, we do believe in that. But we
personality.
we have not institutionalized it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting. Okay. All right. How are you using your platform to mentor or guide young Malaysians, if you are, which, you know,
We are not so big picture.
right. Right.
But we try and make sure that our internal talents are very well trained.
Yeah.
Or we try and put a lot of emphasis and focus on training our own team members.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, one thing that gives me a lot of pride is basically people that have worked for us or used to work for us.
Mm.
They go out and they leave us someday, and everybody will leave us someday,
Right.
and they go and do something great, and
Yeah.
they think back, hey, I learned a lot at Inside School.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I learned a lot working together with Edmund, and they come and look for
Yeah.
me for a drink
Okay.
10 years
and
down the
thank
road
you. Yeah.
and say that this was it. I think that
Nice.
to me is one of
That's cool.
the cool things
Yeah.
or one of the coolest things that
Yeah.
can happen to me.
And did any of them
Yeah.
start their own ice cream?
None of them started their own
Oh,
ice
okay.
cream for
Oh.
now, but
Well, okay, that's interesting too. I
none
would've
for
thought.
now. None for
Yeah.
now. Hopefully none forever.
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
But when they go on and do other stuff, right?
Okay.
When they go and do other stuff, they go
Yeah.
and join corporate jobs.
Right.
And especially for us, where you have a large pool of part-timers. We have a large pool of part-timers. And in the
Yeah.
past, when we've had our first, 5 to 8 shops,
Yeah.
we know most of our part-timers by name.
Mm.
And we were their referees to go to university
Oh,
for their
yeah.
first jobs and all that
Yeah.
stuff. It was really
That's good.
nice.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Of course, now it's a bit different.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, it was
big
really
now, you're a
nice.
machine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point in time, it was quite nice.
Okay. That's cool. That's very good insights, Edmund. Thanks for sharing. So now towards the end of our conversation, I always like to ask Olympian Mindset round rapid fire.
Okay.
But it's not super like one word or anything, but it's short, right?
Okay.
So one insight that changed your business.
One insight that changed my business: treat the people better,
Treat them
better than what you think at that point in time. Like,
Okay.
if you can just treat them better than what you could do,
What you could do. Okay.
or what you can. Yeah.
All right. Biggest failure from which you recovered.
Biggest failure from which I recovered.
Yeah.
Generally, our failures as Inside Scoop are more service failures.
Okay.
That means like
Yeah.
people found a foreign object in our product.
Hair or something.
Hair,
Right.
more
Okay.
of that sort of stuff. And we
Okay.
didn't take the right steps after that to do a service recovery. That means it was just left somewhere.
Right.
It was just left in this like void, and nobody got to the customer, and then it got
Okay.
escalated to the next level
Mm.
unnecessarily. So
So
we
you
need to do
recovered
that.
from
We need to do that. We need
Okay.
to do that
Okay.
better.
That happens.
Yeah.
Your personal definition of greatness. We want to help. This is a platform to help any Malaysian achieve greatness, right? So what's your personal definition?
I think I struggle with this internally. Sometimes
Really?
it's this, sometimes it's that,
Okay.
right? But I still feel that the most important thing is to be a good person.
Okay.
to just be a good person that's on this earth, right? And
Yeah.
it becomes
Do
a
the
bit
right thing.
deeper. Yeah, do the right thing.
Yeah.
So like be more helpful whenever be helpful to everyone whenever you can.
Yeah.
Just to be a good person.
You know what I've overheard one of your calls or two before, and you're navigating a challenge with one of your business partners, and one thing I noticed that you're not a bully, because I know some people, and even maybe myself sometimes, right? I'm human, that would because we know we have the upper hand. We kind of bully the person into solving that issue,
Yep.
especially if it's a negotiation.
Yep.
I've heard you didn't do that, so I was really impressed when you sorted it out in a way where you wouldn't be bullied, but you didn't.
I think
I was impressed with
life has served us enough difficult moments,
Yeah.
right? And we've learned from it.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, I may have been a bit more aggressive,
Yeah.
but I'm a bit more philosophical now
Right.
about things, right? And I'm happy to walk away from stuff.
Okay.
I don't take on too much, and I'm happy to
Right.
walk away from stuff. So
I think that's a
back,
good balance.
back down to
Yeah.
like what's important to me, right? I don't take on
Yeah.
too much to begin with.
Yeah.
So and I can walk away from it. So whenever I could,
Yeah.
like I just rather like okay lah, don't do it lah. Like
Yeah.
just move on from it, right? Like,
I quite like that.
I just write off. But
I-
it's difficult because if it's
It
life and
is.
death for me,
Yeah.
I could react very differently.
Right.
But
Right.
I try not to put myself in the life and death position
Yeah.
on one single item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. But yeah, that's one thing that I noticed, and I took on board.
Yeah.
So I do.
Tranquil though when you're cycling. It's just like when you're cycling, right? You look at the guy, he's gonna attack
You're kind
you.
of like, okay, yeah, that's
Go.
a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, advice to a 25-year-old who's stuck at a desk.
Advice for 25-year-old who's stuck in. If you're happy, why not?
Okay,
But if you're unhappy and you want to do something about it,
because they're
That-
stuck, so then that means they're unhappy.
if they're stuck and they're unhappy, what are you seeking out? What are you seeking for?
Yeah.
Like what is that happiness that you're seeking for?
Yeah.
Like what can get you unstuck? Like identify that very clearly.
Okay.
Like is it money?
Yeah.
Is it validation?
Wow.
Is it success? Like what is it?
Yeah. a
Before-
bit of everything then.
If it's a bit of
course.
everything, then make
Then-
sure that what you're trying to do is consistent with that.
Yeah.
Some people want unrealistic expectations of changing the world, and
Yeah,
they want to change the world, get rich, and like I
Right,
don't know,
right.
all at the same
All
time,
tomorrow too.
and everything and all done
and-
tomorrow,
yeah.
right? Just be realistic about it,
Yeah.
but try and identify what's the highest priority,
Highest
or what's
priority.
what's the most important part of being unstuck
Yeah.
that is important to you,
Identifying
and
the
then
highest priority.
identifying that thing that is most important to you.
Okay.
Because sometimes that's just not clear, right? Because
Yeah.
success comes in different forms. Today's success for me is
That's
free
true.
time.
Free time.
Free time. Like
True wealth.
true wealth is
And
free time.
success is
I
free
think I
time.
told that to you. I want to be a time millionaire. I think I told you that. I want to be a time
Yeah.
millionaire. I want to be
Yeah.
a time millionaire. But
Yeah.
it's not always possible with all this responsibility.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be a time millionaire. Not possible. But you have to
No.
identify what's most important.
We can be time rich. We
Can be
don't-
time
we don't
rich.
have to be a millionaire, but can be time
Yeah,
rich.
you can be time rich, right?
Right.
Is it money, or is it status, or is
Yeah.
it like luxury products?
Yeah.
And it's all fine. There's no
Well,
judgment there.
bits
right?
and pieces, I guess.
Yeah,
it could
bits and
be, right?
pieces.
Everyone
If
likes
you
a
want
little
everything,
bit.
then it's not going to happen
like
overnight.
like a nice Cervello, blah blah blah. Right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
but you just have something's got to
Yeah.
give, right? Then
That's
you
true,
have to
give
work.
and take.
You have to work harder than ever.
Yeah.
So if you have to work harder than ever, you can't be time rich.
No.
So something's got to give, right?
Or to define work differently.
Define.
Because now that you can control it, if you're on your own, like we are,
Yep.
work is defined differently. Am I working right now? Technically, yes, but I
Yes.
don't feel I am. I'm just having a conversation with a buddy, and we're sharing and producing value for regular Malaysians out there.
Yep. Yep.
Right? One KPI, still check daily. One KPI.
One KPI I still check daily. Did I try hard enough?
Oh, yeah.
Did I try hard enough?
Yeah.
On everything that's on my
You try
plate.
hard enough. Okay. All right.
Is there an improvement point on the things that I've done that I did yesterday? Can I
Okay.
improve on what I did yesterday?
Yeah. Marginal gain.
Yeah, marginal gains.
Okay.
Like that's really
It
one
is,
of
right?
it's really important to me.
One mindset differentiates what mindset differentiates founders who succeed? The mindset differentiation.
Mindset.
Mm.
I don't know, man. Everybody has the same mindset, right? Like you
Oh,
always do
okay.
the right thing.
Okay,
You always try hard.
I'll give you an example. Cheat sheet here.
Right.
So for me, one mindset differentiates the biggest winners from the regular are their relationship with failure.
Okay.
Mindset of relationship. The good guys, failure, they can reset.
Yeah.
Takes them a couple minutes.
Yeah.
The great guys, the greats, still get as upset, pissed off, reset in a shorter amount of time.
Okay.
5 seconds, like Djokovic famously said.
Yeah.
The difference between the number 10, number 100 and me is I get over it really fast.
Yeah.
They're still dwelling on it. That way I can move on faster.
Okay.
So that's from mine.
Okay.
So mindset that differentiates founders who succeed in your industry.
I would go back to people.
Yeah.
I would say that it'll be more people-centricness.
Okay.
Like how do you train better people? How do you develop better talent?
How do you attract?
How do you attract better talent? I would say for my point of view as a business owner and as a business person, you'll be about people and structure, right? Like how do you train better people?
Okay.
How do you get better people in the door? How do you retain better people rather than a specific, because and how do you align people better? Like generally around people. How do you get good performance out of people? Or better
how
performance.
do you extract them?
How do you extract
that's like a coach thinking.
Yes.
How do you extract? So as a mentor, we're going to wrap up with this.
Yep.
What do you look for in a mentee? So someone that you can take on, and we're gonna do a co workshop with Olympian Mindset, where we're gonna help any Malaysian who wants to devote a full day with us, with Olympian Mindset, probably in this room too, to create a roadmap, a life roadmap, and then also onboard and attract the right guides, right mentors, and also instill the compass. So compass is keep you on track.
Okay.
So accountability systems and whatnot.
Yeah.
So a full day workshop. So I'll manage that in the morning, and then you'll be there for technical part for them. You come on stage, and you can guide them better.
Okay.
To refine everything.
Okay.
Right? What is that ultimate person look like that would make a great
I think
mentee?
openness to feedback
Okay.
and ability to iterate on the feedback.
Yeah.
Because the feedback is the feedback, but the feedback is the
take it personally.
The feedback is the feedback, and the feedback may just need iterations of it. So it's just openness to feedback and go back to try again, and just that continuous self-improvement loop.
I like that.
It's just that
feedback loop,
that continuous. It's just that self-improvement loop, and that's something that we try and live up to ourselves every day. Like what can I do better than I did yesterday?
No, I think that's a great way to end this. I mean, it's something that's a strong takeaway for everyone out there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Edmund.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Joe.
For supporting Olympian Mindset. Look forward to our workshop.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.